Welcome to an honest morning routine with me and my 3-month-old baby. So this is the very rare instance where I just happened to wake up before she did. My husband already left for work, so the first thing that I gotta do is feed our kitties. We have 2 cats, one boy and one girl, Coffee and Bailey, as you see here, jumping to make sure that I'm feeding them correctly. So we have our own little routine that we do with the cats when we feed them. I like to bring out the carrier to associate positive vibes with the carrier just in case we ever need to take them somewhere. I don't know, it's this whole thing. Yeah, so I put together wet food and dry food in their little bowls. Mostly wet food with a sprinkle of dry food on the top for some little crunchy bits. In a normal day, we would take care of the baby first if she woke up first. It's just no one's happy when there's a crying baby. Today they were able to get fed before she did, and I think I was making enough noise while putting together their food because I could hear her starting to stir, which is perfect timing. So I went in and woke her up, basically, took her out of her little bassinet. Don't worry about this little blanket. I threw it on her when I woke up because she looked pretty cold, but we try to keep as little things in there as possible. And also she has a heating pad under this blanket to keep her warm during the night. So first thing I do when I wake her up, I like to say hello. I put her down on our bed, unwrap her from her little blanket, check her diaper, all while chatting with her, saying hi. Usually she gives me a nice smile because she sees that it's me, and it just gives her more of a positive association with waking up, who enjoys just being ripped out of bed when you wake up? No one does. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? It's me, your mom. Let's get ready to start the day. And usually she's in a good mood initially when she wakes up. Good look at her diaper, so I decided to just take her to the changing table anyway because usually 9 times out of 10 she has pooped or peed in the middle of the night, but today was the very rare instance where she did not. It was a pretty dry diaper, but usually that means right when I am in the middle of feeding her that first meal, then she will let it all out, and I can hear it too, so I'm like, okay, fully prepared for that, leaving that diaper on just for a little bit, and then it's time to go feed her. And then there you go, she's realizing that she's hungry, she's now crying about it because I think we're doing our normal thing whenever we feed her, so she's like, feed me now please, I am starving. So right now what I'm doing is I am breastfeeding her first thing in the morning for sure, and actually mostly throughout the day. Usually this first feeding's the biggest, so I breastfeed her, and then whatever she doesn't drink I then pump to fully express all the milk out of my breast. Nice little burp where I throw over my shoulder. It's kind of just a little hug, a little cuddle time with me and my baby that I get to do every feeding. I really enjoy it, and then she ends up feeling better too because she gets a little burp out. Sometimes she'll be crying after she's been fed because of that little air bubble in her belly. So today she was super nice and full, not that much of a burp that needed today, but yeah, look how nice and content she is, just looking around. Aw, what a cutie. Of course I'm doing this while watching YouTube. It's literally all I do all day is I have YouTube on the TV. So here I am watching Abroad in Japan. I go and actually change her diaper because she did poop while I was in the middle of feeding her. And then I put her in my all-time favorite thing, which is her little swing. We even have this little device on the side that we use as a vibration sort of setting. Apparently my mom swears by that. She's like, oh my gosh, when you were a baby you loved those little things that vibrate that you sit in. So she swears by it. I can't really tell if she loves the swinging or the vibration more, but we use both. Why not? Plus she loves just like smiling at me through this little thing. She just like gives the beautiful eye contact with me. So while she's over there content in the little swing, it's time for me to finally make my breakfast. I am starving by this point. I will have to feed myself very last. I guess that's just motherhood for you, is you finish off your needs last. So today I don't know what I am making, so I'm just putting together random stuff in the fridge. I have eggs and I have dino chicken nuggets, a true feast for kings. I'm really good at making eggs, like some nice over medium eggs. So I find that's a really good healthy breakfast option, plus some more protein with some chicken nuggets. Yep, totally nutritious. It's my baby! She's smiling. Marceline? Yeah. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. I like to give it a nice little bit more flavor by adding some hot sauce on top. I love buffalo sauce. So this is Frank's. Is my favorite part of the morning, which is my coffee. So one thing that I've been getting into that makes my life so much easier is I just buy these Starbucks cold brew flavors from the grocery store. It's already pre-made, put together. They're not too sweet, at least the kinds that I like to gravitate towards. I think it's like 90 calories for 12 ounces. So it's like a pretty good coffee option, so I don't have to like make my own cold brew every few days or brew hot coffee, because I'm not a huge fan of hot coffee. It's like really acidic for me. So these are really good and tasty, so I love just like pouring these out with some ice. And yeah, I measure them so that I know exactly how much caffeine I'm taking. I know that's like very specific because I am breastfeeding her. I don't want to make sure that I have too much coffee. And while I enjoy that coffee, I pump the rest of the milk from my breast, like I said before. Today I only managed to pump like 1.5 ounces, which is not all that much, but I mean, every ounce counts. It adds up. The only other time that I'm pumping right now is overnight when time for some baby enrichment. Now that I am done with my breakfast and my coffee, she seemed to be pretty content in her swing, but I'm going to take her out and just have her sit on my lap, you know, just like chat with her, converse with her, just like entertain her a little bit, have her upright so she's not like constantly sitting down or laying down, just like entertaining her for a little bit. I wasn't planning on doing too much this morning because I also wanted to take her and run some errands, but this seemed to enrich her enough. She was just pretty content, just like chatting with me, hanging out with me. This might be the time where I bust out a few toys. I like to save tummy time for later in the day, but I might also do it then if that's what she seems like she wants to do. One thing I thought that would be really fun for me to do with her is to put on all of the Disney movies, like the Disney animated features, starting with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, of course. I just kind of want to, like, I don't know, educate her with this stuff instead of like constantly putting on Bluey or whatever. So I was like, you know what, let me put on a classic, at least so that she can get like familiar with like the noises and stuff, because my husband and I really love Disneyland. I don't know if you know, but we love going to Disneyland all the time, as much as we can. So surely one these days we'll take her, you know, when she's like developed enough to like enjoy it, I guess. So I put on Snow White, and then sure enough, she gave me the little signals that she wanted to take a nap, so I set her down on the pillow right there next to me, and she took her first nap of the day. When she finally woke up from that nap, I want to change her diaper so that she's nice and comfortable. And then in one of these diaper feedings, I like to give her vitamin D, which is what her doctor recommends because she is solely getting breast milk, which means that she doesn't get that much vitamin D from it, so they say to give her vitamin D supplements. And I am also changing out her outfit to something warmer because, like I said, I want to take her out for an errand today, and it's cold out there in the winter. So as you see, she's getting fussy, she's getting hungry, so that means it's time for her to her second meal of the day, and I'm gonna breastfeed her. I took off her little sockies, so here's some baby toesies. It's very cute. So it's now time for me to change it to my outfit. After some quick little kitty kisses, I put on an adult outfit. Whoa, I'm not in pajamas all day every day. I do put on jeans sometimes. Wow, look at her. Whoa. And then my mom makeup is quite literally just winged eyeliner and some lipstick. That's it. It makes me feel more put together when I put on a little bit of lipstick. I really don't put on face makeup all that much unless it's like we're actually celebrating something and seeing a lot of other people that we really care about. Then I'll put face makeup on. But for everyday errands, it's eyeliner and lipstick. So yep, here I am taking her. We're gonna go outside. Woo! Yeah, going outside with your baby. I gotta pick her up and then put her in the car seat in the car now because she's too heavy for me to carry her just in the car seat. So today we're going to Target, and I'm gonna put her in the stroller in the car seat part. That's a really cool feature that our stroller does. I love it. Plus, I feel like this is much more comfortable for her than putting her in the Target cart like I did last time. So put another blanket on her. To pick up this special hand cream for him because the winter air is so dry, so he heard from his friends that this is really good. Plus I gotta get a smaller container of baby wipes to keep in the car. That's really helpful. Plus I saw this Starbucks cold brew coffee in a single use that I thought I would try. Spoiler alert, it tasted really good. And after getting some other essential stuff, we're gonna go back home. Yeah, I just want to make it a real quick trip so that my baby is not overstimulated too much, but just enriched enough that she will have a good time. Yeah. So it's a really nice morning with me and my 3-month-old baby. She's 3 months old today. I'm so proud of her. You're doing so good, beautiful. Oh. But yeah, not pictured was all the millions of diapers I had to change because of all her little poops and pees. But it would have been very redundant if I kept recording every single time that I changed her diaper, which was many times. Mostly would just leave off with us moving over to the studio. I like to spend the early morning in the living room, move over to the studio for most of the day, and then go back to the living room for the evening. And then bedroom means it's sleepy time, so it's like each part of the apartment has a little purpose so that she associates it with it. But yeah, she's doing so good, guys. I'm so proud of her for making it 3 months, and she's doing a really good job. But yeah, if you're interested in a nighttime routine, I would love to show that too, because mornings are more like, it really matters on how well she slept and how she's feeling, and we mostly go off of that. But nighttime routines, there's some go-tos that usually work to get her to go to sleep. Like this video if you liked it, and tell me if you want a nighttime routine, and subscribe for more motherhood and baby content, and I'll see you next time. Say bye, Marceline. She's really tired. Bye.